Hello there and welcome to a brand new video. In this video, we are looking at the 2024 BECE questions. This is the first of it, and if you check in the playlist, you'll see the remaining questions answered there. So without much ado, let's quickly look into it. It says, a fair die and a fair coin are thrown together. Now, that is question 1A. So you have to write down all the set of possible outcomes. Write down the set of all possible outcomes. And then the second one says you have to find the probability of obtaining a prime number and then a tail. Now take note, a coin is thrown and then a die is also being thrown, you see. So if you take a coin, what are the possible outcomes? The set of outcomes. Those are very simple. So for a coin, you either get a head and then a tail, a head or a tail. But for a die, on the other hand, you are going to get what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. But as you can see in here, we are being told that they are thrown together. So to get the possible outcome, you need to combine these two. That is this one and then this one in a table. You see, so on the table, on your row, you would put your die there, and then in the columns, you put the head and tail. That is the coin. Let's look at what I mean by that. So we would need a table like this over here. You see, that has two rows. Now in the row, I'm going to put the head here because we are combining, and then I'll put the tail over here. Then in the columns, we have that the outcomes of the die. So 1, 2, 3 to 6. So with this said, now we combine the two outcomes, you see, so that this gives us head and then 1. So H1, head and 2. So H2, head and 3, H3. You do that so the set 1, as you have seen over here. Then we come to the tail. So we do the same pairing, right? So you can pause and then do that. Let's see. So this table here has given us a guide to get the what possible outcomes. You see. So we would then say that the set of all possible outcomes is then all of this. We'll write that out. And we know we write set, or we list out set with this braces here, the curly bracket, right? So with that now, you are going to write all of this one, the ones in the yellows. So my first element will be what? H1, then the H2. We are writing them out, you see. So you can pause and quickly write, or in this curly bracket you have here. So if you're able to pause to do it, well done. Now this will be the set of all possible outcomes. And as you have seen, we have just written everything that was in here. Everything that was in here has been written in the set. It is important you do that, because we know with this you've just written the outcome. But if you put it in the braces, the curly bracket, that is where we would say you have actually answered the question. Okay. Now the second part says find the probability of obtaining a prime number and a tail. A prime number and then a tail. So if we come to the outcomes we wrote over here, we know our prime numbers are what? 2, 3, and then 5. And we are talking of it occurring with a tail. You see, so let's look at where these prime numbers and tails meet. So we have 1, we have 2, and then we have 3. See, these are the outcomes that satisfy the condition we are being given here. Now we know the probability of an event in this case is what? The number of the events over the total what sample space. You see, that is probability of an event is equal to what? The number of occurrence of that event all over what? The sample space. So talking of the events we have over here, we're talking of the event in question. Then it is what? T2, T3, and then T5. You see, so that means that the number of the event now is equal to what? 1, 2, 3. So that is 3 over here. You see? Then the sample space. This is the sample space we've written. All the possible outcome. How many elements do we have in there? So you can count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that is our 12. So since we have this, we can then straightforward solve our question. And we are going to solve the question by substituting into our formula. So probability of an event, once again, is the number of the event all over what? Our sample space. So substituting, we have 3 over 12. And we know 3 over 12 gives us what? A 1 all over what? 4. So it implies that the probability of this event, what was the event once again? The probability of an event where you obtain a prime number and a tail is what? 1 over 4. And that answers our question, right? As simple as that. So in view of this, I'll leave some questions you can try on your own. And here they are, just these 3 questions. It's as similar to what we have done over here. So look at them carefully, then try and then solve it. If there's any issue of concern, you can always let me know at the comment section, and then I'll address that for you. This is how Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. If this is your first time, you can choose to subscribe. That is if you so do wish, so that you'll receive notification on our subsequent upload. See you in the next lesson, where we look at question 1B. This is question 1B. We'll be solving that. Bye for now.